Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Call of Duty Challengers Elite. My name is Bryce and it is a glorious day, not just because of the Call of Duty we have coming up, but some other things have been happening, but we'll get to that later on. Joining me, of course, for this one, Ellen and Ton. How are you, Ellen?
I am fantastic, Bryce, but I will say that I'm a little bittersweet that for the season, this is our last cast together with you guys. So other than that, I'm excited to see the games today.
Yeah, me too. It is kind of weird. It's been going through about 7 months of this, and now this is finally coming into an end. But I suppose I better ask Chris Tunn how he is.
You know what? I would say that what Ellen is just pointing out with it being the last cast that we have is the only slight dampener on what is a sensational day, Brycey. I am great. I don't know if you asked how I am, but I thought I'd let you know anyway.
No, I'm quite glad you're good because we've had a very morose Chris Tunn coming into this game, but fortunately we do not. What we do have, though, is some fantastic Call of Duty coming up, of course. But before we get there, here are our current standings. At the moment, undefeated UYU 6-0 currently in this one, all but guaranteed that top two. But not all but guaranteed, completely guaranteed that top two. Opposite end of the spectrum, UT Crew, not got a win so far on this. Maybe they can get one today and have a little bit of pride of just managing to eke that one out here. But it's an interesting bag across here. We've got three teams at 3-3, two at 2 and 4. Everybody, though, doesn't want to go into those last two spots for this one. Ellen, any surprises here?
I mean, if you look at this, I mean, there's surprises everywhere, Bryce, to be honest. I mean, for one, obviously, we have three-way ties, two-way ties, but UT Crew, that was a little bit of shocker to me, considering they've consistently been a top 4 team. Just seeing them about dead last, like, I just did not expect that. And UIU, that was a little surprising at how well they were doing. I know this is a team that has kind of been on a rise just for the last couple of months, just working together and making noise in the opens and the cups. But how well that they're dominating in stage 5 is just unbelievable. So moving forward, this is just definitely a team to look out for.
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be one of the favourites. To go undefeated in Challengers Elite is no easy feat, of course. Many good teams trying to get there all the way through this one, of course. But we have got a game coming up. I'll now show you the maps for it as well. Of course, built by gamers versus No One Shoots Back. Kicking it off with Garrison Hardpoint, then into Miami Search and Destroy, then Garrison Control, Hardpoint Raid. And if we get all the way to the 5th map, it will be Search and Destroy Raid as well. Quick prediction from you on this one, Ton.
I think it's difficult. We've seen Built by Gamers yesterday look pretty decent. It's an interesting one. Both teams very, very even. I think we're going to have a good series, but I'm going to lean Built by Gamers just because of how long they've stuck together, and that doesn't happen very often on this side of the pond. So maybe it's a deciding factor, Bryce. I'm sorry.
Maybe it is. All right, well, looks like this game is about ready to get underway, so we should probably throw it over to our casters for this one, of course. Ton and Ellen, take it away.
Well, here we go. Our last cast of the Elite Challengers together, Ellen. It's been a crazy, crazy ride, hasn't it? All the way through 5 seasons, and here we are. Don't cry, honest. You know, you don't have to get upset. I'm
no,
sure
I
there'll
won't.
be other opportunities for us to cast together.
Absolutely.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry.
I will say, though, you know, I have learned so much from you and Brycey, and it's just been such a ride indeed. So I'm so ever grateful. Thank you for everything, and I'm sure we'll cross paths again. It's Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't expecting the gas back, but that's fine. You know, you're welcome. No, look. Let's just get all of the love out of the way whilst we are here at the beginning of the game and things are kicking off. Let's just get it on board for our observers. Of course, Shane and Kyle doing a great job, as per usual, guiding us through the game and just being our eyes, essentially. But Ellen, obviously, as we've mentioned, me and Bryce have had a fantastic day, as of many of the people who will be sitting here watching this game in the UK. But nonetheless, on the other side of the pond here in the Elite Challengers, let's see how these two teams do go. As far as this game's permutations go, though, it's not really too much in it as far as I'm aware. Built by Gamers or No One Shoots Back should be fine, even if they do go on to lose this game. I think it's very unlikely that either of them drop into the bottom 2. They could be fighting for position here, not just on the map right now, but of course in the standings to maybe give themselves a little bit more favourable of a bracket heading into next week.
Oh, 100%. But Built by Gamer, this is obviously for both teams just so close. The deficit between all of these teams and the standings is just so close. The map even. So coming out strong here. You see no one shoots back. Already set up for that new rotation. So BBG already they're gonna have to fight through the point. So already pushed out as you see Prolute pushing out, but it was Kismet and Pentagram to cut that down. So now pushing through the front, immediately getting taken down. BBG, this is a little bit of a struggle here to run as they kind of fighting their way back, but pushing through the front as they will. It's going to be a bloodbath coming in right now.
Yeah, it's a good rotation from no one shoots back, and well, GodRx will be able to find one Panda, can't find the second, or the third, I should say. Good hold from shoots back right now. They are going to be able to lock this one in with 25 seconds remaining on this hill as well. They should be looking good for the rest of this time. It's all about the rotation over, getting control of top green. We've waxed lyrical about this being the big player to get a hold of a decent amount of points here, but GodRx with a couple of kills. Nicely done by him. Can he find any more? Maybe he can, not quite. And it's interesting to see, you know, both these two teams, as we mentioned, as all of Built by Gamers do fall. Built by Gamers been around together for a very, very long time. And at the top of my head, I can't even think of any changes. They've pretty much been here, ever present, throughout every single season. Because no one shoots back, of course. An amalgamation of players who have been in and around it, but probably playing this well, and that's another kill for him. Two to his name, but nonetheless, no one shoots back after that transition over towards P3. Looking very, very good after they do break on through a P4. Still 35 seconds remaining here as well, looking good.
Yeah, and you mentioned that too, Ton. Yesterday we were talking about teams and honeymoon phases. It seems like no one shoots back, and compared to BBG being that team that has been around since December, it just seems like they've been a little bit complacent, and you just see no one shoots back. It's just a team that's newly formed. They're playing so well, just against a team that has been playing longer. So already in control of that whole entire point, you see no one shoots back, held remained control, and now the split spawns coming through from BBG. So the rotations from Kismet, as you see, trying to pick off a player here, but Mohawk just immediately shuts him down with that Krieg in hand. So GodRx is just gonna have to lock it down, but Ton, I mean, Mohawk is just shooting rockets right now. It's just a struggle bus as no one shoots back, immediately just kind of push for the spawns and take control, right, just like that from BBG.
It kind of feels like BBG haven't got a point in about 3 years' time. This has been ridiculous. No one shoots back ever since that rotation from P2 to P3, and then of course P4 have been dominant so far. Can Built by Gamers build on this though? A couple of kills do come through, but they're stuck in the side of the spawn you really don't want to be in. It's a lot more difficult to make this push, especially when Prolute Sparty finding the shots. Penta's the only one who can answer back. GodRx is cut down as well. This is a significant lead for no one shoots back. It's going to hit 100 before we get over towards P2. Built by Gamers need to have a much better rotation of hills if they want to be in this game.
Absolutely, and just in terms of locking it down and pushing out with those subs, no one shoots back. Those subs, Prolute 15 and 9, Fire 16 and 10, Mohawk just 14 and 9, just completely slaying it and locking it down. So Kismet is gonna have to really start to come in life with that sub in hand, get the match the aggression, if you will. So far, BBG remain in control now. They can hopefully get some time on this first tick as see Panda just kind of locking it down, but he has to worry about Fire, who's coming around on the flank and able to pick up that kill. Very good indeed. 30 seconds left here, though. Gonna have to start worrying about that rotation, of course, and it's no one shoots back who do have control over that P2. BBG's Kismet just staying alive. It's just overall, they did a good job at holding at that time, but they still, again, they have to push through.
Yep. Definitely reduced that deficit significantly. This transition's not looking too bad either. Can they get something going here? Good positioning from Kismet. The rest of the team here pushing through bricks. Look at the spawns coming on through for Built by Gamers. It's going to have to be defending from the front, from the side of no one shoots back. But Sparty, well, putting that name into effect there. Fantastic shots with Krieg, locking things down. 18 and 14 from him. Just trying to hold it, and we've seen teams kind of develop into holding it from this side of things over and over. That's 4 in a row now for Sparty, and I mean this is an NAR's paradise. This spot, oh my goodness me, GodRx as well. He doesn't even really need to over challenge anything yet. Waits for the rest of his team to get into a spot where they can help him, but And the mantle probably not helping things out, but Smarty eventually falling down. I think it was 5 or so before he does drop. But in the end of the day, no one shoots back, get a good amount of points there. Stop Built by Gamers getting back into this game, and they have this rotation on lock over towards P3.
Already just waiting. You see Mohawk just patiently waiting and locking that green control. The rotations over to the new point being pushed out, and essentially, I mean, the setup is immaculate right now from No One Shoots Back. You have 2 players pushed up middle of the map, but Pentagram does take out fire, and Mohawk gets tagged up, but he still manages to stay alive. So now members of BBG kind of looking for him as, again, this still kind of drop, but Kismet able to get pushed through now, get some time on this hill, challenges Sparty in the back, but overall it's No One Shoots Back, able to win those gunfights, able to clean up the kills, and again push out through the middle of the map and push Built by Gamers further back into the spawn.
Oh, it's just been the AR presence really from No One Shoots Back. It's been quite dominant from Sparty and Mohawk. Pro and Fire getting the job done nonetheless, has to be said. And Fire, one of obviously the players who was in the CDL across the board, but a player like Prolute's looking to try and get the spot himself. What is that? Oh my goodness me, this should now surely be game for No One Shoots Back. A very solid 90-point lead. Heading over towards this next hill, they're winning the majority of the gunfights, make that 3 out of 4. Built by Gamers may be able to find the kills here though, just to lock this one in. Not being a good start for them here in map number 1. Can No One Shoots Back actually close this out?
Indeed, and I mean, just if you look at the numbers, just in slaying power from No One Shoots Back, it really does look like they can, but BBG are really going to have to come alive here, and essentially, as you see, Pandra just locking down that green side is so important, but Spart, of course, is slaying power, and Kismet answering back with a 2-piece. No, not able to get the 3rd. So BBG is coming alive here in the kills, so this is exactly what they need, and you see Godorex and Pandra on the opposition side of the map just cleaning up and locking it down, but overall, it's still kind of scrappy. No One Shoots Back is going to have to push through this. And as you can see, Prolute already is looking like he's doing so, but Pentagram able to spot him, takes him out.
Built by Gamers are in a semi-decent position to do something about this. They've got P5 pretty much locked down. They've got some sort of green control as well. We can see Pentagram is ready and waiting, but those 2 kills coming on through and make it 3 from No One Shoots Back might just trigger the end of this map. Pentagram now going to fall from behind as well. 8 points away. Prolute and Mohawk all combining well. Again, the ARs start to clutch up where they need to. 3 seconds away. Don't think anyone from Built by Gamers is going to get there. No One Shoots Back. 1-0. And what I would say is a relatively comfortable game on Garrison Hardpoint.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, it really just seems like No One Shoots Back. They were just in the driving seat the whole entire time. I mean, look at Prolute, absolutely dominating Spart. And we've seen these 2 together before here in the Elite Series. We've seen them on the Subliners Academy squad. And so we know that these 2, at least that duo dynamic, they've had for quite some time. So just outshining right there against a team like BBG, who have been together for quite some time. It doesn't come too surprising. No, it doesn't. I think you know, when we looked at this one though, we definitely expect it to be close the majority of the way through. We have 2 different game modes left to play at least, of course. So No One Shoots Back are gonna have to be consistent across those 3. And it's hard to say. Built by Gamers, it felt like P2, P3, P4, that's where they really did suffer throughout, wasn't it? And this was really nice from Sparty, of course, to lock in a good solid 30 seconds or so, relatively unscathed all the way through this as well. Very, very well played. And look, it's moments like that that takes these relatively close games and separates these 2 teams. No One Shoots Back now 1-0 to the good. I mean, very good. This was disgusting from Prolute, by the way. Yeah, every single kill cam is 2-3 kills from all members of No One Shoots Back. So completely dominating in the slaying power there. Absolutely. Yeah,
very much dominating in the slaying power and just in the hardpoint in general. Heading into the search and destroy though, Ellen, what's the thought process then? It was a good performance from No One Shoots Back, has to be said, and we can't really well, can we lean away from them? Search and Destroy, very different game mode, has to be said.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen BBG come out some crazy search and destroy games. I mean, but just from that game, I mean, if you look at the gunfights, the slaying power, it does look like it could be no one shoots back. But I believe when it comes to Miami, BBG seemed to always come out on top on this. And I'm curious if this was their map pick in the vetoes for Miami. But we always usually see them play on this map and come out on top. So maybe, you know what, evening up the odds, I'm going to say BBG on this one, Ton.
Okay, that's fair enough. Look, I think my only concern would be how dominant it felt like shoots back ARs were in that map specifically. I know Miami is very, very decent, but when it comes down to it, if we're going down to the brass tacks of just landing your shots, they'll be feeling good heading into this beach S&D point, of course, on the A side of the map. They'll be feeling it. Garrison will be the map, the third map I think we should see, of course, when we do go over towards that. And then, of course, if we do need a fourth and fifth, we will head over towards Raid for Hardpoint, then Search and Destroy. Has to be said, Ellen, I'm feeling a touch mentally drained today, for no other reason than the obvious, of course.
Of course.
It's been quite a long evening already to this point.
It's been a crazy couple of days, but I would imagine yesterday was absolutely wild, right? And you just partied. No, I'm kidding.
No, just got stressed, very stressed. It's pretty much what happened. Oh man, yeah. Look, I mean, these players are not necessarily under that kind of stress in this game. It has to be said. This is not really for much more else than just positioning. So, you know, I don't think they'll be playing like bracket predictions through any of this by any stretch of the imagination. However, they'll still want to get a win. They'll still want to get some advantages over on the other team. It still does mean something to them in that respect. And yeah, look, they just want to absolutely secure that top 6 placement. A win here would do that. Nonetheless, I don't think a loss even would make it go in the opposite direction. But for me, I think no one shoots back. Looked a little bit cleaner on the AR front in that previous map, and I'm curious to see if they can do it on Miami here.
Yeah. I really feel like I don't want to count out BBG just yet.
Absolutely not.
Just having a map that essentially that you did just kind of get dominated on. We've seen teams just completely flip the script. So I can see your point. I do see your point, but I think they're going to turn up. I think they're going to turn up here. Just in the Search and Destroy, they're in their playground. They're comfortable. They have essentially Search and Destroy is a team-based game, and they've had that longevity to work out strategies. Maybe no one shoots back hadn't had. That's the kind of the disadvantage that they have, that they haven't had that, you know, as long to go over search strats. But of course, that's going to come down to their raw gun skill, and we've already seen them dominate that, of course. But
yeah, I mean, it does kind of make it a little bit more difficult for BBG to get into the space on that, I suppose. But I'm just having a look through some of their previous games. I don't think we've seen too many Miamis across this season, at least from BBG. So I'm curious to see what we do see here. Okay, I think we've only seen the one against Trash Bros, where they won that 6-4. I mean, Trash Bros obviously not where they want to be, but still a very, very solid team. So BBG may well be feeling confident heading into this one. Let's head in to it ourselves as well. Miami Search and Destroy to kick off map number 2. Let's see if Billbar Gamers can level it up, or can no one shoots back extend their lead?
Yeah, and usually we always see such an amazing, crazy, I feel like setup at A here from BBG. So can I kind of already see Kismet with that bomb in hand, slowly swinging it over that way. But so it's just, of course, between both teams. Kind of a patient play from both sides, but 3 members of BBG on the opposition side, and 2v2 split from no one shoots back. But fire. What? Looks like Mohawk dropped down Panda on the other side of the map there. So Pentagram trying to pick up that kill. It traded out, but the nades and stuns in hand, of course, Ton, and this factor. But Spart, of course, with the aggression down the mid-map lane, able to pick up Pentagram. So now no one shoots back. Immediately know where BBG is now, and left in a 2 versus 4. 3, excuse me.
Still a difficult one, nonetheless. And Kismet, he has to get away, and well, that's the bomb. kind of a no man's land. RX, you will do very well to get away with this one. Good shots onto Sparty, but not quite good enough in the end to find the round. No one shoots back, 1-0 lead.
Yep, and this was the first pick. That's easily just getting that first blood is so important, and just enabling for no one shoots back immediately. It allowed them to collapse onto BBG, and you saw Spart just pushing up right through the middle, picking up Pentagram when he was trying to pick off his teammate, and then able to just aggressively get another kill there. So just very, very patient plays coming in from no one shoots back, and of course winning their ever so gunfight, as you mentioned, Ton. That was very huge.
Looks like an A hit coming in from no one shoots back. Want to get these ARs on the go once again. Fire doesn't want to, well, play with fire. By lingering around maybe that little bit too long, and while Prolute should be able to get on the site here and does, but Gamers are not going to be able to do anything about this. They are going to lose Sparty over towards B, so it is a 4v3 retake in favor of Built by Gamers. Next kill is crucial. Look at those beams from Mohawk. Very well played. Pentagram now in a difficult spot to really do too much. It's really down to Kismet and Panda in the mid-map.
Yep, and then already Prolute.
Yeah, Panda falling as well here, Ellen.
Yeah, and I mean, just like that, I mean, Panda and Kismet, it looks like they can actually retake it, but Mohawk, he's able to take down Panda now, left in a 1 versus 1. There's 15 seconds left. Kismet, that's all he has to do is stay alive. It's a duck and dodge. Play the time. Play the time. There's only 8 seconds left, and it doesn't even matter. Kismet can't defuse. That was a very, very smart, patient play coming in from Mohawk now, tying it up, or excuse me, extending it up 2-0.
Yep, nicely done. I think when it gets to that kind of time and you got somebody near the boat, kind of Miranda, it is very, very difficult, isn't it? Prolute played that well. He was in a really pushed up spot and still played it very, very nicely. Nonetheless, no one shoots back. 2-0 up yet in the search and destroy. If they can keep this up, they'll be storming into a 2-0 lead here.
This time around, it looks like they're going to work a B push. So the advantage here is that there's only 2 members of no one shoots back. So if BBG can get these kills, and already spotted Sparty getting away with his life. So it's going to be an interesting one here.
Ugh. Sparty having the back on down, but Built by Game is really in a bit of a bottleneck here, aren't they? Has to be a forceful push. Fire up top is going to cause some issue, but Sparty's going to be the first one to drop. Prolute needs to stay alive, and he needs Fire to maybe do some of the damage for him. Push going to start coming on through. Fire really can't do a great deal now as Pentagram pushes past. That makes him null and void, and Prolute's going to get a couple of these pants down. This should surely be a round over to Built by Gamers. Mohawk in the 1v3.
Yep, and that bomb is going down in hand, so now... Of course, can he do the impossible? I mean, an amazing hardpoint game, but so far doing good in the search. He can at least manage to pick off 1. What? Tags into Pander, but of course Pentagram there easily for the trade. BBG played that one very well.
Yep, it's that initial pick, and well, Pentagram, when he gets aggressive over the jump up, well, it doesn't make Fire null and void, but it definitely takes away some of his lethality. 2-1 now. Built by Gamers, maybe trying to claw their way back into this one.
Pentagram streaking out too. 3 streak for him, so... This is their map. This is the map they need to win. Patience from Sparty. I love it. That aggression play, though, from BBG. Already come in contact, and Kismet able to take him down, of course, makes things easier. Now no one shoots back, trapped on that beach side.
Yeah, awkward one, because GodRX is in a really good spot to watch this cross, and there you go. Prolute will fall. This should be a second round over towards BBG. Mohawk and Fire now. Well, okay, make it a 2v3. They're going to expect the flank. No, they are not. Kismet finds 1. Nelly finds the second as well, makes it a 1v2. It's a bit of a tough spot here because he's kind of pinned into the beach, really, isn't he? Player at balcony, though, does look away for just a second. It has allowed Mohawk to get through the middle of the map. Did he call it, though? Yes, he did. Panda now. Gonna go check it from the opposite angle. Pentagram from behind. Gonna take a lot of shots, but Panda in the end will find the angle. 2-2 now.
Yeah, that was, it seems like, too, that was the second round, too. We've seen Mohawk left in a 1 versus 3 or 1 versus 2, so almost the impossible situation. Indeed, very hard when, of course, you have teammates in trading positions, but what can they do here on the defensive side? The attacking side for BBG. Last time around, we saw an aggressive B play, but this time it looks like, again, it's going to kind of play towards mid, and Mohawk again with the shots into Pentagram. Seen that before. Pentagram getting away with his life.
Oh, good grenade from Kismet. Mohawk will fall. Fire will trade that out, though, and now Pentagram drops down, but Kismet just with the freest of kills. I'm not sure what Prolute is really thinking there, if I'm honest. 2v2. Oh, Spotty did get good timing. Got bad timing, if anything, with the sprint, but they still have to get rid of Panda here in a 2v1. Spotty knows he's there. Look at those shots. It's crispy. Oh my god. Well played. 3 kills in a row. 3-2 now to no one shoots back. Very nice round. Very, very nice retake from them.
Oh man, that was indeed, and that's exactly what I have to point it out again, because that's another kill cam. We've seen that AR dominance from no one shoots back. Exactly what you pointed out, Ton. And oh, that's tough. That's tough if you're Kismet on that timing. But Kismet having the game of his life. I will say 8-3, finding those kills, but not able to capitalize when he got Spart shooting like that. Now leading up, 3 streak for him, so it's gonna get curious to see if he's gonna try to maybe play out some streaks here, but realistically, that would only be advantageous for maybe for the A site.
Let's see if they can get close to them. Still very even game. Look at this aggressive defense coming out from Built by Gamers. Kismet now pushing up. Is Prolute going to get caught off guard? Yes, he is. Is the trade going to be there from Mohawk? No, it is not. Kismet finds 2. Makes this a 4v2 in favor of Built by Gamers. That's 3 for Kismet now. And Sparny falls as well. That's a very quick round for Built by Gamers.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, the aggression from no one shoots back, but Kismet, they were not expecting him right there immediately for those kills. And I mean, realistically here, kind of, it's just, yeah, it's Kismet. Kismet. Able to shut him down. 11-4. Oh my goodness. 11-4, 3-3, 2-4, 4-3. I mean, this is pretty wild. This is pretty wild.
It's the Kismet show.
It's the Kismet show. He's making it his playground.
Looks like an A hit gonna come up. Yeah. Looks like an A hit coming out from Built by Gamers. Defensive stronghold over towards B. From no one shoots back. They know that they can transition very, very quickly over towards that A site if needs be. Trying to find another angle here as Mohawk.
I mean, did you just see that kill he got on Kismet across the map while he was running with the bomb? I mean, Mohawk is just shooting lasers right now. Already left with their backs against the wall. I mean, BBG have the bomb down that beach side. Essentially, oh, Pander spots Mohawk, but he's able to skinny out away with his life. They're able to actually get a bomb, a pick here, but this is very hard. BBG still pushing onto that A site, and I mean, all members of No One Shoots Back know exactly where they are. Pander aggressively pushing up, getting that kill onto Mohawk. Knows Prolutes that beach side, but still 17 seconds left. They have to get the pick. They have to get the plant. Left in a 1 versus 2. This is very hard. All right. excuse me, 2 versus 2, but Proloot beaming. Now Pander left in a 1 versus 2.
He falls and no one shoots back. Still staying in the lead somehow, some way. Good shots coming in. I mean, that's the difference maker, isn't it? Proloot finding angles like that with the 7.4U and then ultimately, obviously, bomb plant that. 4-3, as mentioned. 2 rounds away.
Yeah. I mean, and immediately, I mean, Kismet, 11-4. We were just talking about those streaks, and then immediately gets picked off from Mohawk across map like that. It's just, it really does seem like it in the kill cams from No One Shoots Back. It's just, that is really the difference maker, is the gunfights. But aggression, if you will, onto the B site it is, and there's only 2 members of BBG here, so this is potentially be very easy for No One Shoots Back, and already Smart gets the first pick onto Pander, and Kismet manages to get away with his life, but it's gonna be very hard when you have 3 members of No One Shoots Back pushing forward.
Well, Kismet staying alive here is good. 3v3 now. Can't really get rid of Kismet here, and they haven't got anybody pushing the other side of purple, so it's just a 3-man out of garage. He's gonna expect Kismet there. No, they are not. He's just dipping and diving so well. Oh, he is eventually going to fall. Maybe gets a little bit overzealous with that push. 2v2. Good shots from Penta though. Smarty will fall. Fire now on the 1v2.
Yep, all in 29 seconds left, and he still has the plant. So if he's able to get the pick on the Penta, but no, it doesn't even matter, because of course BBG in those trading positions. Very tough situation to be in. But this is a very close game. I mean, we said it here. BBG, this is essentially, I feel like potentially their search and destroy map. And I mean, already we can kind of see it's Kismet's at least. Still kind of slowed down a little bit from the first couple of rounds, but that 74U in hand. We've seen them kind of switch up bomb sites between B and A, but majority A is favored. And once again, hopefully, I mean, last time around Kismet got picked off on the cross here, and this time around Mohawk's trying to cross over GodRx. Like, once again, it's just kind of a patient play, but you have Pentagram on that garage side that maybe can make a play and get a pick.
It's just all about the ARs here, isn't it? Finding those crosses, finding those picks. It's been a big part of this game. Apart from Kismet, of course, just getting super aggressive with the SMG, but nonetheless, other than that, it really has been the Craig show. First kill going to go over towards Pentagram in this round, though. Sparty does fall. As does Fire. Built by Gamers, looking to go 5-4 up here to 2v4 in their favour.
Yep, and they still have a little bit of time to work with. Only 1 player, Mohawk. See if he can maybe stop the push here. So he has members of BBG pushing through that garage side, and he does spot one. He gets takedown GodRx, and he manages to get away with his life. But Pander on the opposite side now gets a huge 2-piece. Solidify the round. The shots in. That Krieg's just, it's nasty.
Oh, it's pretty good. I think Mohawk may have been weak to that, it has to be said, but yeah, nonetheless, the round goes over towards BBG. 1 round away now from tying this series up.
Curious to see where this one goes, but I feel like it's going to be an aggressive hit. At B-side, only Panders.
I don't feel as if No One Shoots Back. I've had a lot of look at B on the defense or the attack, to be honest. Just taking their time here. And as they are taking their time, look at Kismet. The biggest, fattest flank you're ever likely to see, but nonetheless, it's a flank and he's going to be coming in hot very, very quickly. Bomb is going to be going down though. Pentagram doesn't want to challenge that too much more. Proloot surviving after the bomb goes down. Is it going to fall eventually though? Flank's going to start coming in. And is that something they're going to read as time does tick on? They'll realize, okay, well, players are moving. Where are they? GodRx does get traded out. Sparty falls. Now 1v3 for Mohawk to keep them in the search and destroy. There's one. Can he get away?
Gotta play that
He's
clock.
on the defuse. It's so hard to get a hold of, and built by gamers. We'll take map number 2. Tie the series up. Just a well thought out search and destroy. Find their picks, make their advantages work. A very, very good performance from the BBG boys, and they will head into map number 3. The series all tied up.
Yep. And might I say even we saw Pentagram there with an AR in hand. It really really came down to those AR battles. And I mean, Kismet Kismet was just driving around the map with a 74U in his hand, and he's getting us picks. But I mean, his teammates were giving him the correct information, and obviously they have the correct teamwork. And yeah, I mean, at least for me, I kind of expected that from BBG, because anytime I've seen them play in Miami, I mean, yeah, we've usually seen them go off at least.
Well, a good performance here. I mean, look, they were behind at one point during this game. Definitely felt like No One Shoots Back had that better start, but BBG grew into it. Just finding some aggressive positioning, if anything. Couple of occasions that Kismet found kills pretty much uncontested. Gets a couple of more here as well. No One Shoots Back though. We'll have to look at this one and reevaluate as we head into Control. Curious, Ellen, after what you've seen in maps 1 and 2, which way we think this Control is going to go when we do get into it?
Now, in terms of Control, for some reason, it is still, for me, it's leaning towards No One Shoots Back. Just because when it comes down to those dominant AR battles and just overall the gunfights, the search and destroy was of course convincing for BBG, but it still seems like the gunfights and the slaying power for No One Shoots Back is really, really strong right now. So if BBG can come to alive on that matter and somehow match that, you know, of course they can take it, but I'm leaning towards No One Shoots Back.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just from what we've seen specifically in map number 1 as well, it just seems as if they do control Garrison that a little bit better, irrelevant of it obviously being a different game mode. But yeah, I think you'd be rude not to go against it. But here are the maps and what we will see, at least in map number 4 and potentially, of course, in map number 5. It's going to be a double raid to end things off with the penultimate maps, of course. Now, Garrison coming in, it's all about holding your defenses. Can the side and BBG do that? Or are we going to see another strong, dominant win from No One Shoots Back in a run and gun game mode?
Yeah, and between these two teams, I was going to point out, it's kind of interesting that when you look at who they've played and who they've lost to in terms of map count, and both of these teams, they beat Team Canada, right? And they essentially Shoots Back, they beat Jabberwockies, but BBG lost to Jabberwockies. So when you look at both of those teams and look at the records, realistically, it's like one map is making a difference. So just in terms of like skill and like who's the better team, it's so hard to determine and say. But yeah, if we're just gonna base it not on the stat line, and of course exactly what you said, Ton, just from how they're playing tonight, absolutely. I think we're both kind of in the money there on that one. It's just No One Shoots Back. They're just shooting rockets. I feel like the hard point, every single player had like a 3-2 kill cam. Like you see them getting 2 or 3 kills, 4 I think from Pro Loot, even one of them. So it's just, their slaying power is insane right now.
Well, can they carry that over into Garrison Control? That's the task here for No One Shoots Back. PBG potentially in the ascendancy after winning that search and destroy, but heading into this Control, the series is beginning to really take shape, and who's going to come out on top of this one?
Yeah, Sparty, I mean, we've seen him going off with the AR already, but well, that wasn't a really fun nade to do right off the start. Pro Loot Fire and teammating Pro Loot there, but kind of slowing them down a bit. And it looks like BBG already with the aggression pushed up and kind of trapping No One Shoots Back into their base already.
Good start. That's exactly what you need. Fireco are going to have to fight their way out of this one. But Built by Gamers in a good spot just to disrupt anything they're trying to do. Maybe a little bit aggressive from Kismet. RX though in an awkward little spot will find the kill on the fire. Arguably could have had a couple more, but Mohawk's done well. As I said, just shooting absolute rockets is Mohawk. B being locked in here. Kismet still in position to potentially defend. The timing doesn't go his way though. Prelude evens the odds, and all of a sudden B is in their hands, and well, may well be completely grasped at this point. Ellen, looks like Built by Gamers are giving it up. Yep,
indeed. Of course, A is the more a harder point to capture, but easier to defend, essentially. No one shoots back, trapped up in a position. They already are able to push out, of course, winning those gunfights. So now, as you see, too, Mohawk just blocking that green side, waiting for fire on the opposite side to push around lights, but GodRx able to recognize that, taking down 2. Now BBG able to push out a little bit, as you see Pentagram working this tool side, cutting off that snake's head, as I heard you say yesterday. I kind of liked that reference.
You like that one, yeah?
I really liked that reference, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're pushing forward, and they're cutting off the map. And you already see mid-map kind of getting that pressure in, but no one shoots back, winning those gunfights, kind of able to answer back, if you will. Now looking to work their way around this lights area to get control, but it'd be a little hard to do so.
Yeah, it is. But one good break, we know what Control can be like. Oh, really good challenge from GodRx. He does eventually get taken down. This is the moment now for no one shoots back in this attacking round, at least anyway. Need to get pushing, and they do so, and they've cleared them out, and now Built by Gamers need to push back through. Gonna win the first gunfight. Panda takes down Smarty. Probably's got a huge job to do here. Can only find one. Still being captured. But Mohawk needs to stay alive with the rest of his team coming in off the respawn. It just feels as if the kills are slipping ever so slightly away from no one shoots back. Kismet gonna challenge. It's gonna get taken down, so Prelude's still ticking here. 4v8. That might be it though. Fire falling, Prelude falling. That is going to be around over to Built by Gamers. They take the defense, which was expected, in fairness. Nonetheless, they'll be happy to do so, taking this lead heading into round number 2.
And you wonder a little bit. Do you think maybe that beginning teammate kind of messed up no one shoots back just a little bit? I feel like it kind of, just immediately off the break, they had all man, like everybody went down off the start just from that. And then it kind of, BBG capitalized on that a little bit. And kind of just those extra kills really came from that slaying right in the beginning. I feel like no one shoots back kind of lost their foothold. But either which way, BBG, you see it, GodRx. He's doing a phenomenal job at just locking the map down and playing patiently. We saw a couple of picks that he had just awaiting those pushes from no one shoots back. So, of course, smart plays from him.
Well, we said this was going to be a close game, Ellen. Really feels that way at the moment. Built by Gamers just seem to be the ones building into it a little bit better. It will get taken down. It's a good opportunity for no one shoots back just to push forward and get a little bit more map control.
Yeah, and you already see Kismet just waiting patiently. His teammates are essentially getting trapped in the base. I mean, you have Sparty on the other side. Mohawk and Sparty just trapping them in their base. I mean, Prelude as well pushed up that caution side, and this is just tough. Oh, and Mantle comes in. That is probably an accident. But Mohawk's still locking down that tool side. That's essentially what BBG did on the opposite, in the round before. Just push up and get them trapped into their base.
Good work from BBG. Looking to try and break out of it at this moment in time, but no one shoots back. Had them pinned in for that little while. Mohawk with some more good shots. Really has stood out in this series, and well, he's going to find another with the help of Prelude. No one shoots back, just trying to get a bit of map control here by the looks of things.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just completely locking it down. I mean, I really feel like no one shoots back. I mean, even from the first round, they made a little mistake, but I mean, they just completely dominated. BBG didn't get either A or B, and even though they were punished on that first round, they still were able to push out and at least capture the B site and almost get A. So, I mean, looking at it right now, it still feels like No One Shoots Back is a little bit in the driving seat, but BBG, I mean, of course that first round was important. I mean, of course it's still a tight game, anything can happen, but realistically, just from these first 2 ton, it really, really feels like No One Shoots Back is just completely in control.
Nicely done. No One Shoots Back. Looking to try and get an attack underneath their belt here. I mean, this is what we've been talking about, isn't it? This is what we've been talking about. Mohawk.
Yeah.
Speaking of haircuts, just takes Panda's head off. Ridiculous, ridiculous shots to kick things off, but it hasn't helped. No One Shoots Back, has to be said. Built by Gamers do answer back.
Locking down that green control is important, but of course, as well as pushing up and Fire, thinking you can possibly get up, but it's taken down by GodRx now. That opening, essentially that opening mid-map was just almost there, but it's still BBG who's just constantly keeping the pressure, and Kismet. Nice shots onto Prelude, but he does get traded out, and still BBG just continuously pushing forward. 28 seconds left now. This is looking more like it's their round.
It's not looking like, yeah, it's not looking like either team's really that impressive at attacking. Really, really good hip fire from Panda coming on through. Kismet finding 2 just before that as well, and I mean, Built by Gamers just walking away with this now.
Yeah.
No One Shoots Back. Not really much they can do here. 3 seconds. That'll be the round. And that will be a lead for Built by Gamers.
Yep, absolutely ate my words from the last round. I was thinking maybe, you know what, maybe No One Shoots Back would just come out with a heat this attacking round, but it's as if you, just like you said, it just really seems like both teams have a hard time attacking, but a very great job at defending and being aggressive and pushing up. So yeah, that's definitely going to be the deciding factor here. But yeah, realistically, this is going to be tough, but if BBG can somehow take it away now and just win this attacking round, can they do it?
Grenade out. Somebody able to find a kill to kick things off, but here we go. Things springing into life now. Kills being traded just about in favor of Built by Gamers, so be able to maybe get themselves an attack under their belts here. Here ticking up, finding kills as well. Fire's the only one who can answer back. Looking for the kill onto Kismet, not gonna happen. Pentagram. GodRx here as well, and if they can get a hold of A here, it really, really does put No One Shoots Back in a horrible, horrible spot.
Absolutely, and the 2-2 split from Built by Gamers is very smart. It's very, very, very smart. Very smart. Splitting the push-up, but capturing A. This is going to make it very, very hard if your No One Shoots Back. Essentially, B is the easier to capture in. Already, though, they're able to clear off the B site. They essentially, for 2 minutes, have to hold this the whole entire time. On the defending side, though, it's very, very much so doable. As you see Mohawk locking down that green side. Very huge kill coming there from GodRx. So now losing control over the green. They can look to make a very aggressive push here, but Prelude would be the one to stop it as he gets 2. Can he get the 30 minutes to get away with his life? Now they're going to have to look for him. Pentagram on the chase, but you see GodRx pushing forward. They're still looking for a Prelude. He gets 3. Now Pentagram takes him down. So now that is able to open up the beginning push here for the front. And already Kismet, you see, doing just that. 2 down for No One Shoots Back. The trades come in. Mohawk able to stop the bleeding, but GodRx able to clean it up now. Still a minute left on the clock. The trades come through, but this is still going to be very, very hard. if you're no one shoots back for hold.
Yep, Built by Game is just looking for that initial break. Looks like it's coming through. There you go, 3 kills. And now they're in a really, really nice spot to get at least a couple of ticks here. If you're no one shoots back, you've got to get in. You've got to get in fast. Mohawk looking to try and make this push. They're just losing the gunfights. Fire from mid-map also going to fall. That should be and will be map number 3 over to Built by Gamers. A very, very comfortable, convincing control from them. Heading over to map number 4, it has to be said, they seem like the favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. My goodness. From BBG, I'm happy for them. I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about that win. I feel like just in their form that's the team that's the BBG team we want to see, and they played their game really well. Just coming from the respawn and how well it seemed like no one shoots back was playing in that hard point. I'm a little bit surprised by that one, especially from the first 2 rounds. I kind of ate my words a little bit, but I don't know here, Ton. Looking into this next hard point, I don't know. It's tough because you look at the hardpoint they played first time around and they seem like a very dominant hardpoint team.
Yeah, there is that, but I feel as if Raid is very much sometimes, I was going to say an unknown quantity, but not quite that. It is more so just a very known quantity. Everybody really, really does enjoy Raid. It plays very traditionally hardpoint, doesn't it, really? It's all about those early rotations. And, well, whoever's going to find those to lock down the time is going to win the map. Very good performance from Built by Gamers, though. In map number 3, can they continue it here in map number 4 and maybe, just maybe, get the round to finally get the series under their belts? As I said, it doesn't really make too much of a difference in the grand scheme of things when it does come down to the standings. I think we may well see some teams move just that little bit, but I don't feel as if it is enough to get themselves into that relegation spot if they do go on to lose. But Raid now coming up. Hardpoint first, then Search and Destroy second if we do need it. Ellen, I don't know if we're going to, you know.
I'm
feeling it for the Built.
I don't know. Are you? Gosh, they were such a favorite of mine too. I mean, they still are in a way, but I don't know. There's something about this no one shoots back team that I feel like you can't count them out yet. I feel like we're going to game 5, and I'm not trying to jinx it. And I know you're very sleepy, and I don't want to do that to you. But that's just what my gut is telling me.
I've had a tiring evening of watching a stressful football game. Okay, maybe that's not a fair excuse, but nonetheless, a good game of Raid it'll keep me up, Ellen. Don't you worry. I know Bryce is just gonna be sitting there shaking his head, calling me an idiot, etc., etc. Hey, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night either. I was too nervous for said game.
Well, it's all good in D&D now, and
yeah,
here
we're
we
fine
are.
now.
We're fine, exactly.
It's probably the last night shift for your boy as well, for some time at least. Anyway.
That's true. You throw a party, but at least this way you got the last 2 maps, a wonderful Raid map.
You know what, Ellen?
It's just Raid.
Exactly. So you know what, you've brightened up my prospect for the rest of this series, at least. Anyway, we're going to be heading into Raid in just a second. Anyway, just waiting on one player loading up into this lobby. I agree with you. I think it could go either way. I don't know. BBG just seemed to have that little bit of momentum heading into it, especially after that comfortable win on map number 3.
Yeah.
Number 4, they really want to continue that as best as they possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really going to be looking forward to seeing those AR gunfights, between Mohawk, GodRx, and just depending on, who flexes, who switches, Sparty and Pander. But either which way, I'm really excited for this. Both of these teams, I mean, just even next week, I'm excited for, because just in the standings, I mean, all of these teams are so close. So tight. It's crazy. It's crazy for NA. Obviously, over on the other side of things, in the European standings, it's not as close. There's a little bit bigger of a gap, Ton. But gosh, these guys. I really feel like we're going to be in for just a treat even next week. It's just insanity.
Yeah. Well, EU side ended, well, rather abruptly, in fairness. Of course, with the games being played out this evening, looking like Oglis sitting near the top, at least anyway, top 2 confirmed between them. And I believe it was actually a 3-2 Mavericks Gaming Club win, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a reverse sweep coming on through.
Mavericks is
up against Oglis, so that's a big one for them heading into those playoffs on Wednesday, and of course then on Tuesday, I should say, but then of course Wednesday. It does make things very interesting, that one, because it kind of gives a little bit of info over, but you never know. You never know. Well, I do believe we're nearly ready to load into this one. We will be heading over to Raid, as mentioned. Rotationally heavy. Keep an eye out for it if you aren't a really huge fan of Challengers COD or competitive COD in general. Watch how these players play Raid. It's all about those early rotations and locking in that time.
Indeed. Those early rotations, and I mean, of course, the money hills. You got the P2, P3 rotation, garage hill, if you will, is the money hill. So very important hard points to be looking out for. But of course, the first one always so scrappy. Jumping right into this, you just really expect to see. BBG is going to have to work through this, of course, but already answering, and the traits coming in. It's just BBG and Kismet on the kill feed to immediately destroy the whole entire team, actually. 4 down from No One Shoots Back from Kismet. Amazing stuff coming in from him already.
Ooh, Panda can't quite finish his dinner here in the middle of the map. The spawns coming in over towards Back Laundry, though, do belong to BBG. They'll be looking for this rotation over towards Kitchen. Yeah, we'll find that shot though, well positioned.
Now he's kind of trapped though. You have 3 members of BBG who know and looking for fire, but able to take down Kismet. Stop the bleeding just a little bit as his teammates push through the front. Fire gets taken down, but still his teammates pushing through the front, able to get the kills. Proloot does get one, but again, it's Kismet there who's on fire right now. Already 8 and 2 on the second hill. Pander hasn't even died yet. BBG already in control.
Yeah, this is not looking good for No One Shoots Back, has to be said. Kismet firing very, very well. Proloot and Spot though, finding a couple of kills. Well, more than a couple of kills as Proloot finds a second. Only Panda in a good position to do anything here. He found that second kill. Just trying to be a little bit of a nuisance, but I feel as if he's actually helped his team spawn up towards basketball, which is really not where you want to be here. And all of a sudden, GodRx is left all alone over towards Garage. And he's dead.
Oh my gosh, instantly. Oh, GodRx has a full team to worry about. 3 members of the team to worry about. Yes, and of course, he is dead. Now, Pander still holding their scrap time onto this old hill, dancing around Proloot, able to get that kill. And Kismet looks like he fell off that poolside over there, so No One Shoots Back, still remaining in control, and Pander does have streaks. Still streaking out. 7 streak for Pander. Hasn't even died yet. Make it 8. Still pushing in Mr. Do-It-All, but Fire, okay. Shots for Fire, able to take down Pander across the garage like that. No One Shoots Back. Immediately have a lead change here just by holding the garage. Nicely
done. They are going to be able to get the lead change. Is everything all right in that house, Ellen?
That was my controller that just fell. It got excited.
All been there. Well, we're heading over towards basketball now. Oh, Kismet. Oh, Pentagram, I should say, was the one trying to create a bit of an obscure angle. No One Shoots Back, though. We're in a good position. Kismet has been a constant thorn in their side, hasn't he?
100%. Kismet and Pander both. But No One Shoots Back, although they did have all of that garage shield, they did not win the rotation. And Kismet, again, cutting them down with a 2-piece and Mohawk. Nice shots onto Kismet. Now they have to work through this back kitchen area. It's just, it's again built by gamers. Just completely destroying them, pushing them back, and No One Shoots Back. Just having the flood essentially to that kitchen side, making it very, very, very difficult. And Again, you have Kismet, who's 14-9 on a 3 streak, make it 4. And man, BBG is just doing such a phenomenal job at just holding every last second, pushing everything out and rotating. Now working their way towards this new hill. Again, you see Kismet just winning the rotation, and BBG still fighting alive, but no one shoots back. Have the split spawns. Easily recognizable pentagram. Just cutting it down. BBG still are just absolutely dominating right now.
Yep, they're doing well. They're doing well. It's just about those rotations coming on through. Now on this middle hill, you can pick up a good amount of time. 40 seconds here now. And heading over towards P1 as well. They're not in a bad spot to try and make that transition. The kill's just coming in their favor every single time here, Alan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Pander's 14-3. I mean, no one shoots back. Really have to step it up, but I mean, that's a clean slate. So this is where they can kick it into gears, but they have to hurry up and rotate over to that raid side. And you already see Sparty here just kind of holding it down, awaiting that push from the laundry. The shots into Gotarex. But still, it's Pander just immediately there for the trade.
Big fights coming up here, though. Especially when it's concerning the rotation over towards P2. It's kind of what, if you're no one shoots back, you need to be concentrating on big time. Oh, that's not good, though. A few members go down, and now the push is going to be able to come on through. Pentagram is the tip of the spear, and he will find one on the Mohawk. Sparty now making this push. He'll probably be butted up just a little bit as well. You can see it's furiously being fought for laundry as best as they possibly can. No one shoots back, though. Seem to just be falling time and time again. Back laundry spawn coming in. Spawn out for no one shoots back. Good lead for them here as well of around 90 points. Huge gunfight coming up here for Proloot.
Absolutely, Kismet. Can he win it? Kismet's waiting though, and Kismet wins it! Such a huge gunfight. Now BBG still have that back spawn, and no one shoots back again, having to fight to the front. Sparty, can he do some damage? He does take down 2, allowing his teammates to kind of push in, enabling a little bit of a split spawn there, but BBG still get that laundry. And again, fighting from the front and the back. Of course, it's just BBG who still always have the spawns, and Gotarex 5-streaking. I mean, all members of BBG is slaying out really well right now, and comfortably holding this, if you will, Ton. This could potentially, I mean, well, we'll be only 10 points away. I mean, this is domination. No one shoots back, has to push to the front. They have to play perfect hardpoint from here on out, and they have to rotate just as perfect.
Oh, this rotation though. Kismet is there again. Look at this. Keep an eye on that coming in. Sparty will then fall. Garrison Control momentarily in the hands of Built by Gamers. Let's see what Kismet can do. As we do transition over, he's going to find one. All on his own. Just delaying the potential inevitable here as no one shoots back. Do get themselves in. The fight's on the outset as well. Going to be won by them, so it's still doable here for the Melon.
Yo, indeed. And again, they have to play perfect hardpoint. They have to be aggressive, push out, and essentially start slaying right here. But you go down, and Gotarex, he's just shooting rockets out of his gun. He's on 8 streak, and he has streaks. So do some damage. I mean, eventually he's going to try to play for a pick. Able to get 2 down now. So this is going to leave. No one shoots back, trapped in there. That's 2 again. The trades are still coming in. Now, Fire left alone. He does get 1, but still, members of BBG, there's still 2 there. 20 seconds left, Hun. Oh my goodness, this is a bloodbath. But those rotations, those fast rotations are coming in, and you already see it's just gonna be a huge gunfights between Sparty and Proloot. Make it Kismet.
Sparty needs to win this gunfight. Goes for the challenge, so he's going to get taken down. Built by Gamers inside the point. Gotarex firing the streaks through as well. This should and will be game. Over to Built by Gamers. They will get it done in their final game of the Elite Challengers Season 5 regular season. 3-1. In the end, a comfortable victory over their opposition, and a good win for them heading into playoffs there, Bryce. Very, very strong.
Yes, certainly so. Built by Gamers able to do it in their last game of Stage 5. before they go into the knockout bracket. And I was kind of doing the maths before when we were going into this game and trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen. The big story here is essentially 3rd to 6th and what order they kind of end up here. Essentially, you're kind of playing for your seed and trying to figure out who you're going to end up playing in that knockout bracket. Could be very important to try to get yourself into that final playoffs here. But yeah, Built Gamers, that puts them 4-3 going through into this one. Of course, it does mean the other team is 3-4. The other game's going on as well. I was actually trying to watch 2 games at once because I know Parasite and his team right now are currently playing on the other screen. And I was trying to get a score update, but his Twitch chat is not a good thing to watch at the time here for this one. But I suppose bringing it back to this game for a minute or two to begin with. Built by Gamers, I think they needed that win, the confidence boost going into the knockout stage, right, Alan?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, essentially, like you said, I mean, going in the records, they're basically playing for seeding. So essentially, even though they were, I think, statistically going to make it regardless, they played for a better seed. So better record puts you in a better position, of course. Now, of course, all the other teams that were tied with them, I mean, again, does it really make a difference?
That's the big question I was looking at here, because realistically, like I said, the only differences that are going to happen at the moment, UIU and Lord Gaming are locked in 1st and 2nd, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, like it's not going to change. They're top 2 regardless. They're going into our playoffs. Everybody else in here, right? I think I worked out Trash Bros have to beat UIU, which is a long kind of difficult thing to actually get going, and UT Crew are basically just down and they're out on this one essentially. But it's a lot of kind of just figuring out the kind of the combinations of 3 to 6. That's essentially what we're looking at here in this last kind of set of final games. But we do have some more games coming up here in the North American region, so don't go anywhere. We will see you in just a few minutes with more Call of Duty action. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Call of Duty Challenges Elite. My name is Bryce and we have another game for you here on the broadcast. So, one last time. A bittersweet for us here on the broadcast, of course, because it has been a wonderful 7 months working with these two wonderful people, Tun and Ellen. But I suppose we should really get into the game at hand. Tun, this is, I would say, a big game, but it could potentially upset some of what is actually happening so far in our bracket. UIU versus Trash Bros.
Yeah, look, UIU have been dominant all the way through. I kind of expect them to continue here, but Trash Bros have been on a very slight resurgence, I would say. But UIU, they should knuckle down here and make sure that they do get this win underneath their belts. Look, things are looking good for them. They've come through, they've surprised a lot of people, but Trash Bros have surprised a lot of people with how, I didn't want to say trash they've been, but with how low they are in the standings, it has to be said. UIU, I expect to get this one done. I definitely expect to get this one done.
Yeah, they surely should. Just for everybody at home, of course, raid Hardpoint, Miami Search and Destroy, checkmate Control, checkmate Hardpoint, and standoff Search and Destroy. Ellen, I was about to come to you and kind of say what is your prediction for this one, but I feel like it might be a moot point at this case. But I will ask you regardless. Any sort of upset you see?
UIU, I mean, I've seen them dominate on raid. Essentially, I feel like just overall they've been dominating. I really see them taking this one, Bryce. I mean, but I will say that Trash Bros, although they did have a very bad first day, they won both of their games yesterday. So maybe with a little bit of an upset, we might see it from them just because they did spark a little bit of life yesterday, but you can't count out with how well UIU has been playing. I just don't see them faltering to Trash Bros considering who they've beaten. Everybody.
Yeah. Sorry. As we were going through that, obviously, one of the things I'm not going to be open here. It's our last broadcast, the last chance to do this.
Watching as well.
And this is what Tun's laughing at the same time. I can't really tell you everything that's going on, but we obviously have another screen where we see the lobby being loaded up. It's what we use to cast from. This means we get to see the pre-lobby of everything that's actually currently in it. And I can put it in one way that I think UIU are in quite high spirits as they flirt with our observers before the game starts. So clearly that team is ready, and that's the most mildest way we could put it, because they are clearly just having a lot of fun. Most of them actually joining in with it as well. But no, case in point, right? Coming into this game, Trash Bros was one of the teams we spoke about yesterday, right? Like, surprised that they just haven't been the team that we expected of them, especially last season. Other side of it, UIU just going ham and beating everybody so far. Ton, what really needs to happen for UIU to not go flawless here?
I mean, look, Trash Bros, they looked fantastic in that last season, of course. They would have to bring that level, but UIU have looked unstoppable. The only thing that can happen for that to not come through as a UIU win is that they underestimate them. They've got to go through and they've got to play their game. They're still very good players in their own right, but at this moment in time, it's not clicking for them, and that's the problem.
Well, it's not clicking, but I'll tell you something. This game is about to get ready for this one, so thank you for Ton. It will be myself and Ellen about to commentate it, of course. This is the last hurrah, the last regular season game of Stage 5 before we go into a knockout and playoff bracket, of course. Let's get into this one. UIU and Trash Bros. Ellen, we're going to see some magic happen, maybe.
I mean, it's just going to be hard. If you're Trash Bros, you really got to match the level of aggression of UIU, and you already see Brycey. Cruz already has first blood, but Gentroid, as I say, the aggression, pushing through that pool of stairs already, opening up the pick. That's 3 down for UIU. We might just see that upset happening.
Well, obviously, Trash Bros just want to try and go 3 and 4 here. That's their biggest thing here. UIU, their flawless record is on the line. Gentroid already doing an awful lot of work. He's going flawless himself. Will eventually go down, though. And now as they try to push forward here and not allow all of these points to go in favor of Trash Bros, UIU need to maybe come into this a little bit hotter.
Absolutely, and that's the problem here is what they're going to have to do is flip the spawn out. Trash Bros already have control over that P2 rotation. You already see Noisy. 3 down actually already for Trash Bros. And UIU is just flooding on in through the raid side and through the front, but Uli able to stop the bleeding just a little bit. He does manage to take down 2, and although he does do that and clear out the point, his teammates are spawning out now.
They certainly are, and You see the fight for the P2 is going on, and as it does start heating up in this zone, you can see Noisy picking up too. And we're getting two back at the same time. Lots of fights going on here, and I will just shout out our observers who have been working tirelessly in the background to bring us all the action they can from the fights going on. And speaking of that, one is in a little bit of trouble, free-firing, and you can see Noisy now coming with a teammate, and that will be UIU cleaning this all up.
Oh, absolutely. Those subs from the UIU, just cleaning it up and getting every single gunfight possible. But UIU, they're going to have to work that rotation in and push on through. And you already see, if you take a look at your minimap, number 2 and 3 rotating through that raid side, Noisy and Wand in hand. And Hollow not necessarily trying to push towards the pipe, but, towards the point, but stop the bleeding. And, I mean, on those rotations, it's Trash Bros who win it. So UIU, what looks like they could potentially have the rotation and that scrap time, Trash Bros is able to solidify the spawns for the new rotation.
You can see here this team maybe showing a little bit of that last stage. Obviously, did win it last time around. Did not have a good start. In fact, yesterday when we started the broadcast, 0-4 were their scores, but fortunately managed to find 2 to bring them to 2-4 here and at least keep them in contest. You can see now though, Gintro trying to do a little bit of work, finds Noisy as well. Mock gets 1, Mock gets a 2nd. And it's only Cruz who's now holding off this team, but he is badly outnumbered. No reinforcements coming. They are spawning ring here. This is Trash Bros to lock up.
Absolutely, Trash Bros just doing such a phenomenal job at holding now. Essentially getting those kills. 20 seconds left to remain. You're going to start to see that push out start to happen. And Gintroid on that rotation does get taken down by Welly. And although Uli is there for the trade, Trash Bros is going to work that raid side. You see 3 members trying to flood through the front, through that kitchen side. But it's UIU who remain controlled now on the opposite side of that pool hill. The fights are going to come through that kitchen side from Trash Bros as Juan is going to desperately try to hold off. And never mind, he actually gets taken down.
Well, at the moment, Wanda hasn't really been able to hold anything off. He's 1-10 so far in this series. Really kind of letting UIU down at this point, but they currently have control. Hollow, they're going to come through the back, going to find Cruz at the same time as well. That is excellent from Trash Bros. Completely cleaning out basketball for him as well. And I'll tell you something, they are certainly lining it up. Currently, you can see an 8 streak between 3 of the members here. UIU just not shooting back.
Absolutely, those ARs in hand, they just need to kind of step it up just a little bit. So you see the flood from UIU coming on the front. Finally, Cruz of 1, able to take down 2, Noisy the 3rd. So now, evening up the odds. You see the gunfights kind of happening onto the back. Gintroid just pushing out a little bit, but take a look. Trash Bros again, able to kind of get a couple of kills, but overall, they're just kind of worried about that rotation towards the courtyard side. And as you can see, it's UIU who just still kind of desperately fighting for the scrap time. Those ARs really do need to step it up in terms of, well, I guess it really in terms of Juan, who's, like you said, 4-10, kind of pick it up just a little bit here and make some damage.
You're right, you can do exactly that. Going for a little bit of a jump shell as well. Going to stay down from this P5. He needs reinforcements. They need to pinch him from more than one direction. It's going to go down again. Trash Bros one more time, cleaning out UIU from that pressure. Noisy's trying to do some work here, but you just cannot challenge P5 from one direction and hope it goes well. And they are struggling. Trash Bros do seem the better team at this point in the game.
Yeah, absolutely, but UIU is still not down by too much. Can make some damage here, but they really need on this next set to really pick it up. But how can you pick it up when you got Uli and Gintroid just slaying out like that? I mean, Mock is just sitting comfortably, just sitting in the hill, 6-9, and you see his teammates just going off. So now as they work this rotation, again, winning the gunfights, as you see, already Gintroid is locking down that scrap time, and again, you see Hollow on the rotation already set up.
Wow. This is going well for Trash Bros so far. We did think UIU might take this in dominating fashion as they've done for the rest of the league, but it's not going to be the case here. However, they swing into action and completely wipe Trash Bros, and they do need this opportunity to get some points back onto the board here. A good P1 into a P2 could certainly put them back into contest, and now you can already see players coming through as well. Cruz will be locking down mid. There is a player going to be stared. It doesn't matter. He's got it equally. It goes for the challenge onto Mock, but has to back out of there. It's all UIU now.
Yeah, absolutely. UIU's coming to life this time around. So they essentially, like you said, they have to hold P1, P2, and they're doing just that so far. But Uli pushing through that kitchen side. There's a very huge gunfight. 2-piece from Uli, actually, which we didn't see. But Trash Bros able to flip the script already. Welly just fighting for his life. Able to get that scrap time, might I say. But although able to get that, UIU are spawning out now, have to flood through the front.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult push from him again. You can see him about to hit every single angle. One's going to go water, one's waiting for the front stack, and two are hitting laundry. Can they get this squeeze correct? They have to win these first gunfights to come through. However, that's not going to help. First, we get stuck. Hollow gets a second. Jimboy gets a third. It's only going to be Cruz left alive into money, but he is outnumbered massively. And that has been the first rebuffing of pressure from UYU. Trash Bros holding firm in P2.
Yep, and that push is going to come from all three members of UIU, but Jinchoi here to stop the bleeding. He does take down one. Can he get the second? No, one. Clears him out, but still, the flooding is coming in. The kills for UIU are coming in now. That's 3 down through the front. Again, they have to, essentially, if they can secure this, they have to worry about those rotations, and you can already see Trash Bros winning the rotations and the gunfights, Brycey, at Old. My goodness, this is a completely different team that we've seen from on Tuesday.
They are putting UYU to the sword. Again here, another rotation lockdown. UYU seem to be floundering. They just cannot hold any of these, and they need to. You see here now, UYU are going to have to attack again into P2. They've already taken down one player. That player has now spawned out back towards P2. Now here comes the push. They have the players. Do they have the guns to make this work here? First of all, UYU's going to get one. One's going to trade it back out of here. He's diving that next player. Dives around the corner. Not going to work out for them. And it's Welly left alone in a sea of white players. And he is going to have to just try and make this work. It's not going to happen. Trash Bros keep holding on.
No, yeah, that was it. Just Trash Bros. It was really Cruz up there that tried to help out stop the bleeding from that weight side. But again, it's just Trash Bros. Uli, he's having a game of his life, 26 and 14, completely slaying this out. So essentially, they're sitting pretty comfortable here, Brycey. I mean, they have a very comfortable lead. Essentially, they don't need to really rush this rotation, just kind of play slow and play for those picks. But UIU has a lot of pressure on to come. I mean, essentially, just from the lead deficit right now.
Well, I don't know they can do it at the moment. Trash Bros just trying to make a little bit of a push through kitchen. Fire going through early, trying to do everything he can to get a hit here. No pre-fire working for him so far, though. Mock now probably waiting for his teammates. They can end this game with one good push and 5 points. Mock's going to go through kitchen here with Hollow, and they do manage to get those first kills. Challenge coming in, and it's not going to work out. Hollow actually kills his own teammate, but now pressure coming in front of the hill. Hollow again for this team, now on a 4 streak, and they should stack this and try and hit it from a few angles. It's all on UIU to take this pressure, though. There are so many players flooding through. One's going to be equal to it. Gets another 2, and we, by the look of it, are going to P5.
Yep, and essentially UIU have to play a perfect hard point from here on out. Only 5 seconds left that Trash Bros need for this P5 hill, and it's going to be a complete bloodbath, like you said, Brycey, from all angles, but it's Trash Bros able to clean up those rotational kills, and I mean, essentially now, they're sitting pretty. You got the pool stairs dominated. You have the right side essentially what's open, but it's just a bloodbath between pool and Trash Bros. I do believe they take it. Just like that, comfortably, Brycey. I mean, the contest is still coming in, but overall, Trash Bros, what a performance from them, and completely slaying out and dominating UIU in a comfortable fashion.
Yes, certainly. Well, we spoke about Trash Bros. We expected more of them this season. Champions coming into it, and anything but a champion performance for their regular games. But now, right on the cusp of going out of this in their very final game, and our very final game, they catch fire. UIU down 0-1 against a team who's 2-4 when they're 6-0. Certainly a scoreboard to reckon with here. And I'll tell you something, one thing I didn't do completely was memorize everything that needs to happen for Trash Bros to essentially make sure they are secure in their position. Just having a look at it now. I think, so Trash Bros and Jabberwockies, they lost against Jabberwockies. So if they lose this, they do go bottom 2, but they will have lost the head-to-head against Jabberwockies, essentially, who are currently bottom 2. So very important game, actually, for them. If they win it, they get into our knockout bracket. If they don't, well, unfortunately, they are relegated and we won't see them again.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, maybe with that pressure, too, we see some of that crazy gameplay happening. I mean, we kind of said it in the beginning. UIU is just that team that has been playing so fast and so electric and very aggressive. They kind of needed to be matched. And right off the bat, you see Trash Bros just doing just that. I mean, from all sides, I believe, from the ARs, the sub pressure, it was just there consistently.
Yeah, 100%. They just seem to be more kind of put together as a half. Like I said, it's weird to speak about UIU doing this. They just didn't really get those rotations under lock and key, which they should have done. You know, it's one of the fundamental parts, especially on a map like Raid. Some of those rotations are so hard to break if you don't get the spawns and you don't get the position early on. And now the best thing about this is for UIU, essentially, they're not too worried about this game. They don't have an awful lot to play for here other than a flawless season. I don't know how much that means to them. They go 7-0 here or they go 6-1. Actually, it doesn't change anything. They will be top of the leaderboard regardless. But obviously, like we said, Trash Bros have an absolute ton to play for. They win this, they will go into the knockout bracket. They lose, they do not. It is that simple, Ellen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They have to win this. This is the pressure's on, and if you want a chance to make it next week into the playoffs and get a good chunk of cash, of course you're gonna turn up. But yeah, if you're UIU, I mean, essentially, I guess I don't know, if I was on that team, I would look at it. They kind of have control here, Brycey. I mean, they get essentially. I don't want to say this, but which team would they rather play in the playoffs, Jabberwockies or Trash Bros?
If they even get that far, of course, right? They're going to get to that knockout bracket first and everything going through. But you are right. Essentially, this is what we are seeing here is Trash Bros fighting for their life, and probably explains the reason that map 1, they were going for it just as hard as they actually were. It's fine to, you know, have a really bad start to the season, but if you make it to knockouts, everything gets reset. You have to make it through knockouts and you get into playoffs. And you can still win it from this point. It wouldn't be the first team we've actually seen win a Challengers Elite going 3-4 in the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen plenty of teams even come from that lower standing, and then it kind of surprised us when it comes to the playoffs. So Trash Bros, man, I'm just, it kind of makes you wonder what happened that first day when they went 0-4 and essentially won their 2 games yesterday. But I don't know, it's just when the pressure's on and your backs are against the wall, you really do tend to turn up, or just it's just like it's like a different type of a play. It's like a playing field, you know. It adds a different type of dynamic to your gameplay. So hopefully they keep on pushing through and they just don't let it affect them.
Yeah, I hope so too. And I think, you know, UIU at this point, I don't know, I was trying to get into the mindset here. Like I said, coming into this one, you could tell they were on very light spirits. They were having fun. They were talking to the observers. They were basically enjoying themselves coming into it. I don't know if just losing may have just wounded their pride a little bit. We'll see a much more focused team coming into this Miami Search and Destroy. Fortunately, this game is about to begin here. If you are just joining us, of course, Trash Bros need to win this series to get into the knockout tournament, and they are currently 1-0 up in it. Well, let's see exactly if they have what it takes. At the moment, we will jump on board with them for the attack.
Yeah, now on the attacking side here, I'm just curious to see. We've been seeing some aggressive A pushes today, so kind of looks like that, and you see Hollow kind of hanging out that B side, just playing defensively, maybe playing in a position to where he could catch some UIU members off guard, but really test the patience. Juan does spot a couple, but Yuli able to manage to get away with his life. So a little bit of information as that bomb pushes up towards Juan. So you can see he's going to hightail out of there and wait for his teammates to rotate over.
I get this. Tucking himself in. No, he's going to be naded and eventually gets taken down when he pops out. It's going well so far for UIU. They haven't lost anybody, and they are going to know where that player is with that bomb. And now they're just holding fast. They also, by the way, ace in the hole, Noisy, sitting drive.
Yep, and then already Cruz able to take down Hollow, so that's going to definitely leave them trapped on that beach side. And with a little bit of information, of course, Cruz just 3 down already this round. Coming out hot, leaving Mock in the left in 1 versus 2. Bomb down, 16 seconds left. This is going to be very hard if you're Mock, but maybe just stay alive, play for a little bit of information, maybe get a pick, but no, Juan able to take him down. Thought maybe he would try to get that pick there, try to build up some streaks a little bit, but UIU able to defend in very good fashion, and really Juan just able to kind of duck away with his life there, not ego challenge. We've seen a lot of ego challenges today, I feel like, on Search, but that's so important, just playing away with your life.
Yeah, it certainly is, and Well, that's it's an interesting. I said this scenario. It's so interesting for me to continue considering these two teams, right? Like you talk about what's at stake for them, and realistically, for Trash Bros, a lot of ramping up in prize money. I said UIU already in the playoffs. They've already secured a good chunk of it themselves. Trash Bros do not want to end their Challenge Elite run with being known as champions to bottom 2 season to season. And here they go. It's going to be UIU on the attack this time around. Looking for this push. Really actually backing up here. I don't know if these players knows these players are coming in. He's going to find one as well, and he's going to be able to control top purple.
Dancing around now.
Just staying alive, playing his life, doing so fantastically well. He's going to try and get away with that one. He isn't going to be able to get another kill through it as well, but played his life for a long time. UIU, though, now in control of top purple, but not of bomb site.
Cruz wants to win this. Tags up Hollow. Hollow just skins his away there, but still, you got 2 members of UIU on the flank, but Mark, he stops the push. What an amazing shot from him, but still now left it alive in a 1 versus 2. Mock knows exactly where Cruz is, but still only 10 seconds left. UIU have to essentially just stay alive. Really, they don't have to worry about anything. But I really feel like Cruz wants to win this. I mean, look at him. What a performance for him. He's 6-1 right now, Pricey. I think they want to win it. They want to win it.
I think they do as well, and they just had such great control. After they ripped that top purple away, which could have been an issue for them, obviously, just sitting on that wonderful chest-high cover with the stairs. It's basically the best cover in the game, by the way. It's ridiculous. That bomb goes down, you have to just dig them out of there, and most of the times you don't have the time. You've got to get a pinch in. Taking that gunfight, they can just duck down. You can't do anything about it. But no, UIU, 2 to the good so far. Trash Bros, though, now going to have their turn to attack again here, and it's looking like another big A push.
Yep, and kind of the same setup from UIU too. You have Wand just sitting patiently waiting at A, kind of playing for that information here. And as you see, he's kind of doing it this time. Couple of shots into Detroit again, but no one falls. Just information. Looks like the bomb's gonna still make its way towards A, though. Once again, Yuli, a couple shots in there to Jintroid, but the trades again come through. Now left for the 3 versus 3. Jintroid hopefully work to get this bomb down, and he has Hollow still there set up in the spawn.
Hollow, that's exactly the angle he's supposed to be watching from that position, preventing anybody from getting into drive now. And Trash Bros, they're basically lost here at this point. They got a player mid-street, they got a player on the yacht. I don't know how on earth they try and get a win out of this scenario. I don't know if they can actually do it here either. UIU just picking off all the players, and Mock, well, he's just going to go down. There was basically nothing for him to do there, but, you know, kind of wait.
Yeah, exactly. And it's tough. Yeah, and it looked like, at first, I thought as soon as Juan was shooting, it looked like they were going to push up and be a little bit aggressive towards that mid side or that beach side, but the setup from UIU just ever so dominant, and Cruz now 7-1 on a 4 streak. I mean, that of course helps.
Yeah, certainly playing out of his skin. You can see, it looks like they're going for a similar position. You can see almost the exact same thing that happened last time around. UIU heading out towards beach for an A push. They've got Welly watching the flank here. Trash Bros have massively stacked top purple. There's no push incoming. They're going to have to rotate. It's just Mock going to be here alone.
Yeah, Mock alone. And of course, that bomb, it looks like it pushed up onto the A site and Noisy. If you can get this plant off, this is going to be very good for UIU. I mean, look at their setup. Completely sit back. You got the trophy on bomb. Noisy's here. And now all 3 members of Trash Bros are going to slowly push through the mid. And Welly, able to stop the bleeding, knows exactly where Uli's pushing through. So, well, that's going to come in.
Somehow, some way, they've managed to get players in the positions they need to here. It's only going to be Welly who's in the position for it. He can defend this by himself. Finds Jintroid as well. Sees Mock and Hollow on that one. They're going to have to try and challenge him. Hollow's now going to go for a defuse. Welly has to wait for his health to come back for this challenge. Can he manage to do it? No. Mock finds him. UIU were in a great position to win that round of Search and Destroy, and just weren't able to do it. If they had played a little bit more time, it might have happened. But Trash Bros somehow, with a great retake, a great rotation, get themselves around the board.
Yeah, that was, it looked like a pretty dominant setup, but I wonder maybe they were just a little bit too far back, but oh my goodness. Trash Bros needed that round essentially, and of course, sometimes that's all you need is just that one player just to kind of flip the momentum around. And Mock, as you see, on a 2 streak, 5-3. This time around, instead of going A this time, they're going to go B. You have 3 members of UIU who are just sitting patiently, kind of waiting for that push to come through. Now with that call out in hand, though, they're going to turn the garage. Probably no, since Juan is pushing up. This could be a very, very key flank, Bracey.
He does manage to get a big first pick there, and they're going to try and carve this apart now. When coming down to re-challenge, does manage to find that player. So weak, will be cut down by Hollow as well. And now Cruz trying to desperately stay alive. 18 health left, is not going to be able to do it. Wand left in a 1 versus 3. Could potentially try and push across here, but he's trying to find that player top balcony. The player has backed off as well. Wand. This is a bit of a nightmare scenario. He knows exactly what's going to be happening here. I don't even know if he tries to push this from that way. He probably has to go around Marina and try to get in.
Yeah.
Not going to work, though. Too many players.
Absolutely, and I mean that's just such a god setup there, and then that head glitch and the bomb down. I mean, yeah, that was pretty impossible if you're Wand. Good setup coming from Trash Bros, and now that's 2 for 2. So, I don't know. Might start to see a little bit of a flip here, but Mock, I mean, he still hasn't died yet. So, kind of like how Cruz was doing for UIU, now Mock is coming to life for his team, defending this one. Usually we see from UIU that bomb swing over to the A side, but a little bit of a different setup as they've split 2 and 2. I think Trash Bros might actually swing a little garage favor and kind of start to push aggressively. We might start to see aggressive push, but both teams just waiting patiently. Mock. Always.
I love that from Mock. Saw the shadow and started pre-firing. Oh my goodness, Hollow flies out here. However, Wand is equal to it. He gets one back on his teammate. They're now hunting him down here. One going to try and get through. Actually ends up smashing the glass to try and throw them off of where he's going. Best part of this, though, is they have given up an awful lot of position. Cruz is going to try and make a play here. Get these numbers down. His teammate coming to join him. But Trash Bros are taking command of this. Mock already gets Cruz there as well. And they go down. And Trash Bros have brought this back to 3-3.
Yeah, and Mock, of course, being a very big factor in that. I mean, I believe, what, is that a 5 or 6 streak? I'm not sure. He should be close to streaks, if not have been maybe 1. But, oh, my goodness, absolutely. The AR, and it's the AR battles. AR battles, Mock is winning them. Okay, 6 streak for him, 9-3. So those AR battles, I mean, for a map like Miami, of course, they're just so important. And he's dominating. Shooting rockets, if you will.
Certainly is. Well, we can see now. Bit of a split push coming in. Uli actually slipping up the mid-map. Is he going to find this player? We can see, obviously, the benefit of that mini-map is right on his left. This is going to be Cruz. He's going to maybe push the street here. Does he get seen as well? I don't know. Uli might come out and challenge me. He's going to do that exactly. That play has worked out now for Trash Bros. Gintroid is going to be seen at the same time. One not able to get that kill. That would have been huge for them. And now conversations going on. Trash Bros are trying to figure out their next move. They don't want to commit to it, but Hollow just guns one from across the map. Well, I guess that is actually going to be their strategy. Win every gunfight.
Those AR battles, I mean, wow. Hollow and Mock. Yeah, that was such a huge gunfight. But the bomb does go down now. So Welly and Noisy, if they can manage to maybe get a couple of picks here. But essentially, this is very hard when you have all members of Trash Bros. I mean, set up that beach side, set up that hotel head glitch. It's just very, very hard. And I mean, essentially, they need to hurry up and get this kill on the Gintroid. But again, 24 seconds left. They can do it. They just have to work it very fast here, Bracey.
They certainly do, and I'm wondering if they try and bait out for Mock here, because Mock needs to stay his life. I don't think he actually has his streaks quite yet, even on that 6th streak, and Hollow gets one. Or is he going to be running up mid-map? No one did the bomb, not even going to try. Finds Uli anyway. Throws a stun out, and decides to just run away. Good choice, actually, just in case Mock come across and manage to actually find him. Stay down and out of the way. But that does mean Trash Bros actually got up 4-3 now into this. 4 straight rounds for them.
Yeah. Just overall playing so well, Bracey. I mean, there was a couple of situations where UIU could have maybe stopped that push on that beach side. I mean, we saw Wand, a couple shots into Gintroid, but not able to get that opening pick. definitely makes a difference. Because I mean, even just ducking tail out of that, you had Hollow on the other side. So I mean, realistically, Trash Bros, their ARs are just completely locking down the map, mid, left, right. It doesn't matter. Hollow and Mock, they're just not missing.
Wow. They are certainly feeling themselves now. Gintroid has already found one. Who's found a second one at the same time? Only finds unbelievable amount of kills here, and Cruz is like, where on earth did my teammates go? Completely and totally outnumbered now, 1-4.
Well, I mean, I was talking about the ARs there, Bricey, but I mean, that was just the subs right there. Gintroid and Yuli just straight up aggressively pushing right down the mid, and I mean, I don't think UIU expected that one. It completely changed the play style, of course, and Cruz, if you get a couple of kills here, I mean, kind of difficult, of course. Trading positions ensue, but wow, Trash Bros are really, really coming out with the heat, and I mean, they're making a statement.
You know something? It doesn't look like they want to lose this one. And again, you know, it is the case here. Trash Bros know they have this to do. They have to take down UIU. So far, undefeated, but one more round and they'll be 2-0 down in this series. It will be Trash Bros on the attack again. Mock currently 9-3, still on that 6 streak here. Didn't even get a kill. His teammates took them all last time around. We are seeing what looks like a big B push coming from them.
Yeah, big P push indeed, but kind of slowing it down. Essentially, maybe Mock. We might see this gunfight, maybe that peak from Mock on the AR battles, but Noisy would be the one to stop this push, of course. These two members already slide through, so the duck and peek come in, the nade come in, but of course the trophy stops that. Bomb does get planted. Stop this one, Mock. Of course, still on a 7 streak, able to stop Noisy. And I mean, if you're Trash Bros, essentially you could just back up, get into that impossible hag glitch. Julie already holding every single corner. I mean, Wand left in a 1 versus 3 Bricey. This is looking like Trash Bros, of course, is taking this. I mean, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
that's all it's going to be.
That's it.
And that's all I needed to do. I will say this, though. Unbelievable there from Trash Bros. Went down 3-0. UIU were trucking along into this, and then 6 straight rounds. Trash Bros not letting anything go in this one at all. And hey, only one more map and they guarantee themselves the knockout bracket.
Yeah. And I will say this, I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't, just with how well UIU has been playing. But I mean, Trash Bros, they might have just had a bad day because we know that they're a good team. We've seen what they can do. They were the champs last season. We know what they're capable of. So man, just having that one day really kind of put their backs against the wall. But like you said, Bricey, going from being the bottom team, or excuse me, the top team to like the bottom 2, something you definitely, you can't have that on your belt. So just seeing them step it up here, I'm really happy for these guys. And I mean, just with how well they're playing, maybe I think they could do it. They could close it out here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they now know, like, realistically, just how well they're playing as UIU here. They've got to convert it, right? Like, I don't think UIU are going to reverse sweep them. Do they have that fire and hunger for this one? A game that means very little to them, essentially, you know, other than the flawless record. Which I was like, yeah, we're going here. We are ready for this. It's everything we need to do. They're going into control. They had a great time on the hard point. They just smashed on that S&D 6 straight rounds for the win. Going into checkmate control, you'd be crazy to bet against them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and it checkmate, such a dominant AR map as well. I mean, and how well their subs have been playing. Uli and Gintroid have been just going off. So just all members of Trash Bros on a map like checkmate, I mean, just back to back, I just expect to see that level of aggression, those AR battles. I don't think they're going to be lost.
No, I don't think so either. I think they are ready to basically go to war for this. And that's exactly what they're going to have to do, right? Like, that's exactly what they have to do. They have to make sure that they lock this down here and now, because they don't want to be one of those teams, you know, you get that scenario, it's like, oh, if we had just won one more map, or we'd just done this, we could have gone into knockouts, we could have written our own Cinderella story. because realistically, right, we are talking about the champions of last stage. Trash Bros won last stage. They could get into knockout, win their way through knockout, beat everybody, go into playoffs, win that as well, and be back to back. I don't know if that is too far-fetched, but it is a very real possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not I'm not sure if you just saw the chat there, Brycey, but Ton thinks this one might be a little bit of a reverse sweep. So if UIU really want to keep their king status and not lose that record and essentially be like, chilling like Mavericks 7-0, I mean, they're gonna have we might see them turn up too. So, but that's Ton's opinion, not mine.
Hey, Ton's sleep deprived. He doesn't make an awful lot of sense at this time of night, regardless. Anyway, so we'll just kind of ignore him and hope he hasn't fallen asleep at his desk, or we get to see him at the end of this game, regardless. But no, I think a reverse sweep may be a bit too far fetched, and that's the interesting thing about that is it's not because I don't think UIU can do it. I just think that Trash Bros will want this way more, right? If we were talking about this, yesterday or even the week before, you'd be having these two teams up with these records. You'd be saying, yeah, realistically, very big possibility for UIU here. They look like the better team, they have the better record, and they've beaten everybody so far. But that's not the scenario we have now. Trash Bros need one more map to get into the knockout stage. That's it. It's either them or Jabberwockies. One of those two teams goes into a knockout, and it literally depends on this game. Yeah,
absolutely. Pressure's on. I just want to see what happens already. But yeah, I mean, if you're UIU though, I mean, if you really, like I said, you really want to, I mean, I don't know. You look at it, I don't know. I think you're right, because realistically, they don't need to take the game seriously. So I mean, it's like if you wanna keep that record, you can. But ultimately, they're chilling. I don't know if Trash Bros wins this, you'd rather kind of. If I was them, I would rather play Trash Bros than Jabberwockies for some reason. I mean, you look at Jabberwockies and the players on that team, and it's a little bit more intimidating maybe than the players in Trash Bros, maybe.
Yeah, and I want to make this clear to the people at home as well, right? Like, we're not saying here that essentially UIU are just not, basically playing, or that they don't care. There is a difference in hunger, essentially, between these two teams. UIU, this is just another game to them, right? They're still going to be playing to win. They're still going to be playing their competitors. They're always going to win. But they don't have anything staked on this game. That's the better way to put it here. Essentially, if you're a betting person, right, all of Trash Bros chips are on the table, and UIU are sitting there with their wallet firmly stuffed. It isn't something that they have to worry about coming into this one. The pressure isn't there, whereas the pressure for Trash Bros is very, very prevalent. So they're going to be very much dialed in and basically just trying to do everything perfect for this game, because they have to. Money is on the line for them, and of course their legacy. Yep,
exactly. You said it well, Brycey. I mean, I have nothing more to say to that. I mean, you really just said it well. Exactly. There's no pressure there. I mean, realistically, they already made it. They're in playoffs. They're sitting pretty. This is just for fun. This is just to see our faces. No,
essentially, by the way, I'm just getting distracted by them talking all over again. It looks like one more time, that you just having a very fun time talking in the chat, saying here late. Well, he even said, "Hey, let me complete the 0-7 to the 7-0 story. You're ruining it for me. This is supposed to be our flawless tournament." They still seem in very high spirits for this one. Like I said, again, no pressure for them. Trash Bros just trying to lock it down. And now all the players are in the lobby. We kind of get to find out exactly what is going to happen on Checkmate Control. The question left remaining realistically is, if it doesn't end here, Ellen, how far do you see it going?
Checkmate Control, Checkmate Hardpoint, and then, yeah, I think if it keeps going, I think it's going to go to a map 5. Because if UIU really, if they won this map, they're going to probably think, let's just keep going. Let's just win the whole thing. Let's do it. I just feel like maybe that might flip the momentum for them. And then, what's the point of trying, not trying, but you know what I mean? They've won this map, so let's just keep going. Let's just win the whole dang thing. So I think it's going to go to a map 5 if that happens.
All right, well, we can find out. I can confirm the game is now ready to go. Checkmate Control is what we're going to be looking at here. Currently, Trash Bros 2-0 up in this series. One more puts them in the knockout bracket. 3 losses, and they are out, and we won't get to see them anymore in Challengers Elite. So, as we jump onto it, who is currently on the attack for this one to begin with? It will be UYU hitting that first attack.
Yep. And of course, I mean, essentially the strategies for this is usually to play A first, get that quick extra time in, and you can already see Welly and Wand in hand playing that, Noisy playing the plane, because of course plane is very important, and Cruz already answering back, taking down Mock and Noisy there to follow, but 3 members of UIU on that A site, and it's a kind of it was looking like it could have been a scary setup there for UIU. Trash Bros able to clear off the point already, shooting rockets, Zuli in hand. That's all members down for UIU now pushing forward. It's Trash Bros in control.
It is now UIU have that difficult job of breaking out of checkmate. They know it's difficult. They're going to have to check every single corner all along the way. Hollow has left a little bit of a gap here. They're going to know that the players already run through. Cruz has managed to slip the net here, and Hollow's going to be in trouble as well. Cruz breaking it again, and now he's trying to get out of there. It's not going to work for them, but they have got a little bit of map control back. Wand is getting those kills again, letting his teammates actually spawn out. That's a beautiful 2-piece from him. That removes all of the pressure Trash Bros could have put on their spawn.
Yeah, but if you take a look at number 5, Hollow, he could reapply that pressure as he works a flank here, and he takes down Cruz now, getting that plane control back. Has to worry about Wand, but Wand able to clear that point out. That's very, very key there. Wand on a 5 streak. He's coming to life now. UIU capturing A, what could have been potentially capturing B. That Wand does get taken out, but still, either which way. UIU kind of the trades in. I was going to say that it looked like they were going to capture A there, but Trash Rose was able to clear off the point. But still, UIU still fighting desperately. There we go. I think if you're going to get it here now, the capture does come in now. That all they have to worry about B, and they have 1 minute and 25 seconds to do so.
Yeah, UIU looking way more warmed up than they did in the first respawn, obviously. Wand doing great work here, considering how it went, but they currently have to try and get into B, and that can be difficult for most teams here. Hollow in a great position here. Noisy going to try and have to back off from that nade that's been flung at him. This is where it starts to slow down a little bit here. Not a ton of lives left for both teams. Now going to have to try and figure this one out as well, though. Noisy comes flying out. Hollow is going to go down. Well, he's going to find Uli as well, and Uli's in a bad way. Now the pressure comes on. Trash Pros need to find some kills on the kill feed, or it's going to be all UIU.
That's right, and I mean, it's already UIU's kind of already dancing around that point, but Mock able to stop the bleeding a little bit. Does clear out the point. So now, it's just Cruz in that plane who still stays alive. That's very good, opening it up. So now Trash Bros, only 4 players remain. How are they going to answer this back? UIU have 40 seconds to cap, and they have lives in their favor.
Well, they can't afford to really go down here. Cruz is trying to find Uli as well. That's going to put them down to 3. Now running around for it. Will eventually go down. Lots of gunfights with it as well, though. 2 versus 7. This is almost impossible here for them. And now it's a 1 versus 6. Jintroid for the hero player. Now just play shoulders with him most of the time. A 1 versus 4. And he doesn't really have room to move here. They know where he is. They're going to challenge him here. Double or triple cow. And doesn't matter. UIU take that first round. Great attack from them.
Yeah, indeed. Really, just great attack overall. I mean, they did a really good job of spreading the map out, getting control of what they needed to. That plane pushes consistently, very important. Plane is just so important in checkmate. And I mean, Bryce, yeah, I don't want to say done jinxed it, but you know, UIU definitely looked like a different team going into this round. And Trash Bros, realistically, they it's not like they didn't severely get outslayed, but UIU is it's just looking a little bit different there. A little bit different there.
Very true. It does seem UIU finally found some heat. They're going straight for this as well. They're going to find Cruz, but it's not going to be good enough. There's already a player close to him. Mock's trying to help him out. It's not happening either. And well, he cuts him to ribbons. Hollow trying to do his best here towards the mid-map, but is coming under pressure from all sides. Eventually does go down, and here is the issue. Well, he's now found into the spawn. He will get taken out straight away, but it's still going to be Trash Bros on the back foot.
Yeah, but now Wand is pushed up a little bit in a very good position, because I really wasn't essentially expecting that, but getting the trade Hollow does, and now Welly just again in that plane being aggressive. Trash Bros just working that A side. Essentially kind of have to work over as you see Uli just working the plane, and Trash was working this A street, but overall, UIU is going to kind of push on through. And again, just kind of retake A just like that. Seems like they're making a cakewalk right now.
It really does, and UIU firmly in control. But here comes a little bit of pressure. Trash Bros now trying to get that second tick up onto it, but they don't really have enough bodies around here for it at the same time. Jintroid's going to try and challenge it. Doesn't matter. Hollow's actually going to pick it up. And Hollow has been making some very important kills around this map. Oh my goodness, that's a full wipe. And they're now going to try and maybe get a little bit of time onto B if they can. That A is fully gone.
That's sometimes all you need is a full wipe, and Hollow, as you see, already locking down the plane side, but the gunfight is lost. Noisy able to clean up 2 off the B point, and now that's all members of Trash Bros down. Just quickly answering back and not being punished. UIU able to push out, and now, although A is captured, they have a minute and a half to do so of holding B, and I mean, you all can already see that they have a pretty good setup, but Trash Bros and Uli able to push out just a little bit, might be able to make some noise here. Juan kind of dancing around, staying alive, but still you see Cruz applying that pressure, and UIU just does a great job of continuing to do so.
Big fight there in the plane. Wasn't able to get the control he wanted from it though. And now Trash Bros have to pretty much figure out a way out of this trap. This is the worst case scenario for them. Cruz and Tristel have no way he makes it on the early, who is super simple. He does as well. Hollow will eventually come in for the trade here. Mott gets one more here. They're now trying to take plane control. Welly is equal to it. It's Jintroid versus Welly. Jintroid gets that kill. That's massive for them now. Noisy going to find him though. Should be an easy kill. Knows exactly where he is. Calls it out to his teammates. Trash Bro still fighting for every inch of this map, but it is not going well for them. They cannot get time on the B.
No, they can't. I mean, this is so hard when you have Noisy just doing such a good job locking the plane down. There's only 28 seconds left. Trash Bros can go essentially for a push here underneath that plane, but it's just so hard. Noisy's just locking it down. Uli able to manage to get out of spawn and work a flank. He manages to get one. Can he get the second? No. Cruz shuts him down. So now Mock looking to get the trade out. Might be able to make some noise if he can get this on. Kill onto Cruz, but no. Cruz wins the gunfight, and this is hard. They have 11 seconds left and 1 life. Jintroid again, the last alive. UIU is just coming out with the heat on this checkmate, now leading to the 0.
Wow, that is everything UIU need to do. It looks like they have found their form finally against Trash Bros, who are foldering. And I've got to say, a lot of times you do expect the defending team to win here, but the difference being is UIU won their attack, and now it's going to be difficult. Trash Bros will be feeling the pressure on this map. Opportunity for them, though. Being on the defensive side, they might be able to get one on the board, and then obviously the onus goes back onto them for their attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but just attacking with UIU, how aggressive they've been playing. Already you see Cruz immediately on a 5 streak in first blood. But Jintroid able to work a little bit of a pinch here, see what he can do. He's going to work aggressively to essentially push up in their base and get in their face. But it's Cruz always shutting them down. And Hollow doing a good job locking down the plane, and it's UIU. They're attacking here, but they still, of course, have plenty of time to do so. And that plane control is very, very important here, Brycey. And the fights are just going to come in, and of course, it's UIU who wins it and now work to that B point.
And you see here, UIU obviously just want to put this one to bed here. They've already done the hard work on 1-1 attack. There's no reason they can't do it a second time. Welly throwing shots through the wooden wall there. Doesn't actually work out for them in the end, but you can see a little bit of time now going up. First hit going on to A. Welly making a bit of a nuisance of himself. Running back and forth here, finding Hollow as well. And Uli with the turn burn. And oh my goodness. Just staying alive. Just going to work. Welly continuing to rain terror on Trash Bros here, as they cannot get a handle on him.
Absolutely, and 2 members of Trash Bros are going to slide around into the point, but Welly does get taken down. But wanded hand, okay, that's all members of UIU who get taken down. So now it's Trash Bros who flip the script, now being aggressive. UIU not able to capture both A and B. Uli, of course, you just want to keep aggressive and push up in their base, get up in their face. 15 seconds left. He's still just playing ring around the rosy, making cakewalk of these players. And Jintroid, of course, in hand, gets the nade kill onto Cruz. And again, just the shots in. Trash Bros completely dominating the last 30 seconds of this side, and now taking it in this fashion. That's the round they needed. Answering back backs against their wall, Brycey. It's just seems like this team always just shines when they're really under pressure.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Welly was doing his utmost there to just cause so many problems for Trash Bros, but unfortunately, you're the only one who's winning gunfights. Even if you've gone on a streak, it's not going to work out for you. And this is exactly what I said. Trash Bros need to just win their defense and then realistically, mental reset. This is the difficult one, though. The attack, it's so difficult on checkmate. They cannot allow to be spawn trapped. They basically have to go berserk the entire way through. Currently being outslain on this control, but that's not going to matter. It's all about these individual rounds as it goes through. And you can see here already, big push coming in the way.
That's right. And, I mean, you have Hollow, too, kind of waiting for UIU, but again, it's just 3 members of UIU who are down. So now simultaneously on the B and the A point, Hollow is just going to look to control this plane. Stop bleeding. So UIU knowing that someone's around there, that's 2 down, of course. It's very good. And simultaneously, that's 3. So they're playing this very, very well here, Brycey. Both on A, both on B, splitting up the push for UIU. Gonna see maybe potentially here if they can get the A capture, but very hard to do so.
Oh, it looks like they're actually coming for the pressure here, but Mark actually ends up getting 2. Wand is going to try and slow down these reinforcements. He looks for the player in the spawn. I don't know if they're going to figure out where he is here. I think he may have been seen. No, it doesn't. Wand staying alive. Only one player he can actually try and spawn traps. The rest are still alive, pushing up to the map. But this is bad for Trash Bros. They need to get Wand out of here so they can basically try and get some map control.
Absolutely. But Wand being cleared out of their base, that was that was important. So now able to push out. They still have plenty of time to work. With only a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. So already 2, 3 down make it. Already working on to that point. So Trash Bros doing a phenomenal job. I mean, Mock is on an 8 streak right now, Brycey, and he has streaks. This round looks like it's theirs for the taking. Now, excuse me, make it 9, locking the plane down. Again, we see Hollow in that same spot. That's 3 down. I mean, if you're UIU, this is going to be very hard to come out of. Again, that's 2 ticks, make it almost a 3rd. This is looking like Trash Bros is taking it again in a dominant fashion. I mean, this was just as fast.
Trash Bros firing back on all the cylinders for that one. I said the attack was going to be a difficult one. I didn't think they were going to blow UIU out of the water. And Hollow doing great work to control the plane, by the way. You are completely correct. And they just kept winning over and over again. And now you can see we go into our final round of this one. Essentially, Trash Bros can just find one more round. They're in knockout. That's all they need to do. And they will be on the defense. It's very doable.
Oh yeah, very doable indeed. I mean, this is just a team that always turns up, right? Their backs are against the wall, Pricey. I really, this is intense. But you already see Mock coming out with a fire in that crazy gunfight. I mean, what was that?
This is a team who knows fate rests in their own hand, but eventually, well, he is more than equal to it. Only 18 health left after the end of that one, but still winning the gunfight. He's still winning a gunfight. Hollow does manage to get an answer back here, but that A-tick is going in. Trash Bros need to regain, and it looks like they're bringing in a cruise missile. He's going to try and bend this one into position. There we go. It's going to be just about good enough. Eventually, we'll take down 1. That's 2 kills that go down as well. And Mark knows there might be somebody here, but doesn't know exactly where they are. Cruz is going to come out and challenge him as well. And they do get that kill at the same time. Fortunately, Trash Bros still have players out onto this map who are able to defend. And it will be early in plane, cutting down reinforcements for them. And at the moment, it's all UIU can do to keep this control on A ticking up.
Yeah, and essentially, Uli is not going to run back towards that A point. He just wants to push up and just cut off the spawn. Now a couple shots into Cruz. Oh man, that was a huge kill, but getting cleaned up by his teammate. Noisy able to take down Yuli. So now pressure comes in at A. Cruz dancing around Gintride, able to clean up that kill. He can get this tick here. Maybe get some help from his teammates. He can push off. And again, just be aggressive and cut off. But it's just Trash Bros who are able to push on through the middle and stop the bleeding. So again, Welly kind of the single pushing coming through, but Welly gets a, oh, I was gonna say right there, almost a huge 2-piece. 24 seconds left remain. Trash Bros defending with their life here. UIU trying to split the push between A and B. Just get cut down left and right. Brycey Cruz left alive. Let's see what he can do here. 18 seconds left.
This is bad. This is really, really bad. You are going to have to try and make everything work. If only cut another player down, they're stuck back in their spawn. 10 seconds. Every gunfight and every step they've got to take. They're going to go for a last little push on the way. They know they desperately need it. That's a big kill from Noisy. He finds Uli down low, but Uli hasn't killed him. Fight's going down as well. It's going to be Welly. Has to just try and get A here. He is the last player who can do it. He will be shut down. Surely Welly's going to be here, and he does manage to. And that should be the capture, but Hollow bangs him before he can. And Trash Bros will win this 3-2. They win the series 3-0, and they secure themselves into the Challengers Elite knockout stage.
Oh my goodness, what a clutch play right there at the end, even just getting that final kill. Oh my God, Brycey, what was that? I don't know. What was that? That was so crazy.
That was trades. That was checkmate. That was checkmate. That's it's kind of insane how that map can go. Hey, Ton, Swift 3-0, but not in the direction we thought it might go.
No, I absolutely thought it would go in the complete opposite direction, if I'm honest with you, Brycey. But even just that map 3 and how it did play out, it even felt like you were in control in the S&D at one point as well. I don't know. I think for them, there's going to be questions raised. Yes, okay, they went and did very, very well 6-0 until this point. But then losing to a team like Trash Bros, it kind of goes back to that thing that we say over and over and over again. As long as you can make it to that top 6, then that's when the business really starts next week. So for Trash Bros now, you're in there, you've secured that spot. You need to step up your game from what you've been doing and show more of what you've just shown against UIU in the playoffs next week.
Ridiculous. I've got to say, you know, that is exactly the form they are going to need to be finding. We said yesterday, right? We were how surprised we actually were that essentially Trash Bros were 0-4. Turns out it doesn't matter. Got 3 back in the end here, and I suppose that our final game and the end of the broadcast. Ellen, your final thoughts?
Just from the games today, I'm happy for them. Honestly, Trash Bros, they were just a team that were so dominant last season, and I mean, they were raising a lot of question marks as to what was going on. So just to see them being able to pull through, I'm happy for them. So just going into next week, I'm really excited to see the games, of course, and yeah, I'm sad. No, I'm happy sad.
Happy sad, right?
Happy sad.
That's a great way to put it.
Miss you.
Ton, how about yourself?
Miss you guys.
Yeah, look, I'm happy for Trash Bros getting on through, and they've got another opportunity to prove themselves. But NA is really shaping up to look really, really nice next week, as is EU. It should be a good way to end the Elite Challengers season. But yeah, it's sad from our point of view that obviously this will be it. It feels like it's been a really long time, but it's been a blast to cover Challengers in an official capacity this year. Of course, not on face to face like what everybody does want, but hopefully we'll be back there very, very shortly. But nonetheless, it's been a blast for you too.
Yeah.
As per usual, has to be said. But yeah, been fun.
Thank you guys. Yeah, for real, it has been. I learned a lot from you too, and it has been a pleasure.
Hopefully not too much.
100%.
It certainly has been a pleasure. It's been a crazy ride these last 7 months for all of us here, and of course Challengers Elite still has one last little bit to go. The knockout and playoffs will be next week, live for everybody to watch and enjoy, of course. And thank you to everyone who has been watching and going through this so far. A special shout out, of course, to Ellen, because this has been difficult, of course, coming straight into casting at this level with us, and I think you've done fantastic as well. So I do appreciate you doing this, Jenny. And a small thank you to Ton, of course, he was here as well. But production, everybody else, the fans, has been superb, of course. I know production and Clayton, I love you too, buddy. This is Challengers Elite. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching.